Our top story this morning, Florence continues to churn over the southeastern United States. The storm is being blamed for more than a dozen deaths, and officials say the worst is yet to come as rivers continue to rise. Since the storm hit land on Friday, hundreds of stranded residents have been rescued by helicopters, trucks, and boats. Montana Army National Guard troops are on their way to the East Coast to help with hurricane response. MTM's Jonathan Ambarian was there as they prepared to take off.
On Sunday morning, Army National Guard soldiers were hard at work at the Army Aviation Support Facility in Helena, getting ready for a trip across the country.
We've got a lot of logistics that have to be done to get going, people, get orders. It's a big process that goes into it.
The Montana Guard sent 19 soldiers in 2 Black Hawk helicopters and 1 Chinook helicopter to assist with the emergency response to Florence. Some additional mechanics will join them later on. The Montana troops will provide much-needed additional air support as the relief efforts move forward. The crews will make a 2-day trip from Montana to Maryland. From there, they'll be staged and available to help the hurricane response in any way necessary.
We're expecting to do anything from search and rescue missions to resupply, or just stand by as needed and help out as we can.
The Montana Guard responded to a call for assistance through EMAC, a nationwide system that lets states request and share resources in times of need. EMAC has previously been used to bring other states' National Guard troops to assist with Montana wildfires.
Other states come here to help us out and we go there. It's really just a big family with the Guard.
Guard leaders say for now, the Montana soldiers will remain on the East Coast for as long as they're needed.
That's what we raised our right hand to do, and to go help the citizens and help where needed, and our brethren in the Guard especially.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
In Wyoming, the 2 bears that killed a hunting guide and attacked a hunter have been killed. According to Jackson Hole News and Guide, the bears, a sow and its grown cub, were trapped and killed on Sunday. The attack happened Friday in Turpin Meadows in Teton County. Guide Mark Uptain and hunter Corey Shuban were charged by the bears after they located an elk Shuban successfully bow hunted the day before. Shuban was able to run to safety and call for help. He suffered leg, arm, and chest injuries and has since returned home to Orlando, Florida. Uptain's remains weren't found until the next day. And meanwhile, in Yellowstone National Park.
This is a park service! Get on the boardwalk!
A man too close for comfort near Old Faithful. Ashley Umansky was vacationing from Michigan with her family when it happened. She says they were absolutely terrified as they didn't know if the man was going to jump in or not. She says everyone just stood in shock watching him. Umansky says she saw the man being handcuffed and put into the back of an SUV. We've reached out to Yellowstone National Park for details, but have yet to hear back. On the campaign trail, midterms are just a month and a half away, and a new CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Senator Jon Tester is up 2 points with likely voters over Republican Matt Rosendale, 47% to 45% in Montana. The report says Jon Tester is helped by a majority 53% approval on handling his job as senator and is a candidate who understands the needs and problems of Montana. It also shows 43% of Montana voters say the recent tax cuts haven't had much impact on them, and those votes would likely go towards Rosendale, who has a President Trump endorsement. This poll interviewed 543 registered Montana voters over the last 2 months. The Libertarian candidate for the U.S. House seat has been making rounds around the state over the last few days and stopped in Missoula to chat with the people on Sunday. Eleanor Swanson of Billings has met with supporters in over 20 coffee shops during her campaign against incumbent Republican Greg Gianforte and Democrat Kathleen Williams. She hopes that through exposure, she can garner support from both sides of the aisle.
But all I can do is say, look, these are my values. I believe in liberty completely. That's synonymous with both peace and personal autonomy. When people really look at what it means to have liberty, it appeals to people from both the left and the right. So I'm hopeful that people will recognize that, but ultimately it's not up to me. I do what I can, and then the rest isn't up to me.
Swanson will debate Gianforte and Williams September 29th in the MTM congressional debates. Elsewhere, hundreds of people turned out to Veterans Park in Billings Sunday for the 15th annual Out of the Darkness Walk. The event hopes to raise awareness about suicide in Yellowstone County and the state of Montana. The walk offers people an opportunity to come together and realize that they are not alone in the fight to end suicide in our community. The Out of the Darkness Walk raises money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, with half the money raised going directly to local chapters of the organization. The walk exceeded all expectations this year, with hundreds of people in attendance and raising $60,000.
Everybody can learn about suicide prevention, learn the risk factors, the warning signs, and how to interact with someone when you might be worried about them. And it's like CPR. Everyone should take a class so that they know these basic principles for being able to help somebody and prevent suicide.
And while some were walking this weekend, others were running. The Montana Marathon offered 4 races to runners on Sunday: a 10K, a 13.1-mile half marathon, a marathon relay, and a full marathon. The winner of this year's full 26.2 marathon, Andrew Droback. If the name sounds familiar, the Missoula firefighter is also the 6-time winner of the Firefighter Stair Climb in Seattle. Droback finished with a time of 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 1 second.
It was good. I ran pretty much even pace the whole way, so a lot of times you go out too hard and then fade in the last bit, and I tried to start out what was like reasonably for what kind of shape I'm in.
The second runner to cross the finish line came in just 26 seconds after Droback. That was 31-year-old Patrick Geary of Sheridan, Wyoming.